what's up guys, Ted from Immersion here, and I'm back with another DM's Guild Spotlight video. There's actually going to be a fair few of these coming up in the near future, so be on the lookout for that, as a bunch of folks have provided me with their DM's Guild content to do reviews of. So what am I going to be talking about today? I'm talking about DM options, monstrous talents, or monster talents, as is actually written here. So here it is on the DM's Guild. There will be a link in the description if you'd like to pick this up for yourself. You may recognize the name Dragonix, as we've done several videos in the past. As you can see here, there was character options, talents, talents 2, and then Into the Dragon's Maw I have not reviewed, though I do have it, and I can do a review if that's something people are interested in. It is a Princess of the Apocalypse. It is a Horde of the Dragon Queen adventure, which I can hopefully, I think my party's a little too high to slot this in, but maybe I can use it in another game. But anyway, what is this? So similar to the vein of character talents that we've done in the past, monster talents are cool ways to add flavor and new options to existing monsters in the monster manual and to make them just badass or unique. And I highly recommend you pick this up. $14.99 is a steep price tag. I can't argue with that. But you do get a lot. So as you can see here, talents for creatures from the Monster Manual, talents for miscellaneous creatures, talents for characters from Volo's Guide to Monsters, because there was not character races for Volos previously, and then the Elite Monster template and some examples like the Elite Balor, Elite Chimera, and so on. It's over 150 pages, and again, you can see it does have 2 5-star ratings currently, and 1 written review. So, I have it. As with the last time when I did the other reviews, the creator has been so gracious to allow me to have this copy for free, and basically I can show you guys anything that I want. So I think what I'm going to do is kind of go through the intro and then showcase a piece from each chapter of the book. So, here it is. Character options, or I'm sorry, DM options, monster talents. So we'll zoom it out here. And you can basically see, here's a little about the book, about the cover, and then what are monster talents. Extraordinary aspects of creatures' abilities, types of talents, and they describe the different types, monster name, and basically how that works. So talent cost, the count value of a talent. If this entry is absent, it means the talent counts as 1 talent. Otherwise, some talents have a cost of 2 or 3, and you'll see that when we get into some of these. For example, the Aboleth can have 4 talents. If it acquires the talent Innate Spellcaster Psionics, which costs 2 talents, that means the Aboleth can only have 2 more. And then it sort of shows you a talent thing. It basically is based off challenge rating. So, CR3 monster can have 2 talents, and you get the idea. Here it is, the various chapters. You can see that it is all monster manual, so everything in the monster manual is contained here. The miscellaneous monsters are basically the kind of animal beasts, if you will, at the back of the monster manual. So I've got some cool art sprinkled in throughout. So let's scroll down. We'll get past these guys. So you guys know I like Ankegs. So let's take a look at the Ankeg. So the Ankeg is CR2, and that means it can have 1 talent. So if you look at this option here, we can give it the Hardened Carapace talent, and if it has resistance to piercing and slashing damage from non-magical weapons that aren't adamantine, to kind of reflect its earthy nature. So that's very cool. So this is a way to take an Ankeg and make it super tough and harder for your party to defeat. A low-level monster that is CR2 just became infinitely stronger. How about Rising Burst as a different one you could give it? It can only have 1, so you could give it that. You could give it Rising Burst, which is on a recharge of 6. The Ankeg bursts out from underneath its victims. The rocks sprays rocks and dirt into the air and causes the ground around it to shake violently. Each creature standing within a 20-foot cube area centered on the Ankeg must make a DC 13 strength save. A creature takes 2d10 bludgeoning damage and is knocked prone on a failsave for half as much and isn't knocked prone on success. Additionally, the ground in that area becomes difficult terrain until cleared. Each 5-foot square portion of the area requires at least 1 minute to clear by hand. So this just gives it an entirely new action that recharges on a 6. Spiked Carapace. A creature that hits an Ankeg with a melee attack while within 5 feet of it takes d6 piercing damage. Again, another way to take a low-level monster, and now it has retributive damage because of this carapace is spiky. So that's 3 different options we can make. You could have 3 different Ankegs show up thus far, and each one of them have one of these, and each one would feel unique. And lastly, we have Vitriolic Acid Spray. If a creature fails its saving throw against the Ankeg's acid spray, it takes 2d6 acid damage at the start of the Ankeg's turn. So this is that the acid is vitriolic or viscous or thick, and they spray them with their acid breath, and it sticks to them, so they take the damage again on their next turn. So if you get an idea from that, and again, you can read some other stuff that's here on screen. I'm not going to go crazy, but obviously there's stuff for everything here in this book. So we're going to go over here to our bookmarks, and we're going to jump ahead to miscellaneous creatures. So now we're on to chapter 2. You know what? Let's look right here. We've got the dire wolf right on the front page. Challenge rating 1, so a dire wolf can have 1 talent. Go for the throat. If the dire wolf hits a prone target with its bite attack, it's treated as a critical hit. Makes dire wolves or a pack of dire wolves extremely deadly if they all have this. Or howl. Recharge on a 6. This is their action. Each creature within 120 feet that can hear its howl must make a DC 12 Wisdom saving throw or be frightened for 1 minute. A frightened creature can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of its turns, ending the effect on itself on a success. So again, this could be really cool, especially if you have a dire wolf as like a leader of a pack of regular wolves. It can start off with its howl, and then the pack of wolves can jump in with their pack tactics. So you'll see a whole bunch more of these as we scroll through here. A lot of cool ideas to help make things more unique. And then we're already into character races. So previously we had Character Talents 1 and Character Talents 2 that did not cover the races released in Volo's Guide to Monsters. So we have things for those monsters. Azamar, Furbolg, Goliath, Kenku, Lizardfolk, Tabaxi, Triton. Not the monstrous races, just the main ones. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab something that's unique, maybe the Furbolg or the Kenku. Let's take a look at the Kenku. So we have Hollow Boned. Here's a trait you could give to your Kenku. You have advantage on strength athletics checks and dexterity acrobatics checks made when when jumping, maintaining balance, and landing safely on your feet. In addition, if you take falling damage, you can make a dexterity saving throw. The DC is equal to 8 plus 1 per 10 feet fallen. If you succeed, you only take half damage. Or here, Opportunity Strike. Dexterity 20 or higher. Whenever a creature within 5 feet of you is hit by an opportunity attack, you can use your reaction to make a melee weapon attack against that creature. As I've stated on several occasions, especially the one, it doesn't really matter too much for the ones for monsters. That's more for you to have fun with as the DM. But I will consistently say, even if you don't want to employ talents as they are listed in the character talents, the 2 PDFs about how to employ talents, whether that's reducing feats or ability scores or whatever the case may be to allow for talents, these make great things to add to items, to magic weapons, to some sort of racial based thing. Like Hollow Bone could be a blessing from some god. It could be some sort of Kenku race, like they go through a ritual and then they get access to this trait. Great options available to you here, depending on how you want to use them. But I highly recommend looking into them and utilizing them as when available. Like I said, I think they're great, especially some of them. You could see how they could fit into an item. And lastly, we have the Elite Creature template. So this is something that I've been clamoring for in 5th edition, are templates. What a template is, if you're unfamiliar, is in previous editions, certain books, mostly monster manuals, contain things called templates. This was something that you would take and apply to a base creature stat to then make it something else. If it was the dire template, it was to make like a wolf into a dire wolf or a bear into a dire bear. If it was a fiendish template, then it would take a rat and make it a fiendish rat, or a celestial horse into a horse into a celestial horse. You get the idea. So the reason that I love these and I want these in 5th edition is it essentially doubles, if you even get just one template, it doubles the use of every book that you already have by giving you that many additional options. I mean, if you got one template, every monster you have thus far in the monster manual, in Volo's Guide, and now in Mordenkainen's Tome of Foes, you now have double the amount of monsters because you can make a templated version of each. So I digress there, but let's take a look at the Elite Creature template. So this is basically to be like the supreme ultimate version of whatever that is. So adjust the CR, a creature or CR1, under CR1 becomes 1, creature with a CR2 or 1 or 2 increases by 1, and a creature with CR3 or higher increases by 2. Apply the following adjustments. Armor rate, the creature's AC goes up by 1. Select the 2 highest ability scores of the creature, increase them both by 2. The creature's maximum hit dice increases by half of its maximum hit dice rounded down. The creature gains a bonus to its saving throws equal to half its proficiency bonus, unless it already has a saving throw bonus, in which case you keep whichever is higher. Adjust the bonuses to a creature's attack, spells, hit points, saving throws, and ability DCs based on the new adjusted CR and updated ability scores. And then talents. The creature gains a number of talents equal to 1 plus 1/3 its adjusted challenge rating rounded down. If you do not allow the use of talents for your players, you can reduce the number of talents for an elite creature to 1 plus 1/6 its CR adjusted rounded down. So you can see there's an Elite Balor, Elite Balor version 2, Chimera, Etten, Frost Giant, Goblin Boss, Mind Flayer, Manticore, and so on. So let's take a look at the Elite. I guess we'll just look at the Elite. I don't know. What do we got here? Let's take a look at the Elite Chimera. Alright, so you'll get the Elite Etten for free here. But here you go. So Chimera, not normally this difficult, but you can see 15 AC, 189 HP. Stats have jumped, strength and con. You can see it has saving throw bonuses now for every saving throw. And then it has multi-attack. It makes 4 attacks. 2 with its bite, dragon and lion, 1 with its horns, and 1 with its claws. When its fire breath is available, it uses the breath in place of its bite and horns. Or bite or horns. So it still now gets to use the breath weapon and still attack, which is a new feature. Bite, you can see it has a bite attack, 2d6 plus 5. Horns, 1d12 plus 5. Claws, 2d6 plus 5. And there's our fire breath that we normally have. But we also now have Lion's Roar. Lionhead emits a magical roar. Each creature within 120 feet hears its roar, must succeed on a DC 16 Wisdom save or be deafened and frightened. If they fail the saving throw by 5 or more, they become paralyzed for the duration. Frightened creature can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of its turns. When the Chimera uses multi-attack and Lion's Roar is available, the Chimera uses Lion's Roar in place of its bite. So basically, this thing, not only did it get beefy increases to all of its damage and its stats, it also now can use either this new ability, Lion's Roar, or its Fire Breath in place of an attack and then still have access to its other attacks. Very cool, guys. I highly recommend this. I'm curious, though, what you guys think. Based on what I've told you so far and kind of shown you throughout the book, do you think it warrants that $14.99 price tag on the DM's Guild? It's already on the front page of the DM's Guild, but would you pay for it yourself? Would you pay that much money? If not $14.99, what do you think is a reasonable amount to pay for it? And if you did pick it up, I'm curious. Leave me in the comments below why you picked it up and what your thoughts are on it so far. So, anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you for the next DM's Guild Spotlight.